Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are viewed in this video. I'm just going to start talking. I am greatly disturbed. When I say greatly, I mean a high volume. From the scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, I'm at a 10 with what I'm going to talk about. I'm hurt, I'm sad, I'm upset, different emotions going on inside of me. With that said, I will be talking about our children. As I'm speaking now, I'm looking at what's going on the news, not just here in my area, but all across the country. Children are being killed at a growing number. Innocent kids are being killed every every day. I just could not sit back and not say anything. There's a lot going on in the country right now. And we shouldn't have to turn the TV on. And the first thing we see, 8-month-old fighting for their lives, 10-year-old shot, 12-year-old killed. I can keep going, but I'm here making this video because I am really concerned with what's going on in our country, especially I want to stay with on the topic of the children are being killed, these innocent little kids. Their life has not started. With what's going on, the kids are not part of it. 8 months old, getting fighting for, I don't know if it's a little boy, little girl, 8 months old. In my own words, I'm going to say this code of silence is deadly. We got to start talking. And a lot of time, people, we got to just stop making excuses. Sometimes you just got to step up and fight for what's right, especially when it comes to kids. When you know someone has pulled their trigger, and then a lot of times who they shooting at, it misses them and hit someone innocent. Code of silence is deadly. We can't trust the police. We can't trust our neighbor. We can't trust this person. We cannot trust that person. But we got to save our children. We got to speak up. If we speak up for nothing else, we got to speak up for our children. It hurts me deep inside every time I hear on across the news channel a child has been shot, in a lot of cases killed at the hands of a stray bullet. Mm, mm, mm. These criminals and these guns are Andrew Holmes. I was watching in Chicago. Andrew Holmes, he's been doing this for a very long time. And he's doing the best that he could do. Andrew Holmes cannot do this by himself. And if it takes me, my voice to speak on it and speak to those on both ends, those out there that's doing this, what you're doing, and those of us that innocent, or law abiding citizens trying to do the right thing, get caught up in all this that's going on, it takes it's going to have to take a lot of work for us in our community to reach out to those on both ends, those that are doing what they shouldn't be doing and those that are trying to do the right thing. We got to come to something, especially when it comes to kids. Those of you that know these people are out there doing what they're doing, you need to speak up. I know you may be afraid to speak up because of what may retaliation. Think about the kids. Think about if it was at your door. Think about how a lot of the crime would drop if a lot of us speak up. I know you may say, well, I'm not no kiss and tell. I'm not no rat. I'm not this. I'm not that. If we all think the same way, this crime going to continue. I'm not a rat. I'm not going to. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to. That's why a lot of this is still going on because of we don't want to speak up. The judicial system is messed up. I understand we can't trust the judicial system because if you report crime, you may be on the next headline. It has to be where something has to change where we can be safe when we report crime and we won't be on the next news headline. Is a lot of that has to do it has to do with that because when you report crime you're supposed to remain anonymous. I'm not talking I heard. I'm talking that personally I went through that many years ago and I don't want to get into that, but I'm speaking on by experience. This anonymous is the problem. You want to remain anonymous, but when we try to report a crime, we on Front Street. Front Street. That's why a lot of the crimes don't be resolved. I'm just going to say it in my own way. You out there is doing what you're doing. I don't know the reasons, but a lot of this is peer pressure. A lot of this is because of whatever rival gangs, whatever it is. It's too much to go into details and try to figure it out. Because if I knew why these kids are being killed, if I knew the answer to how to stop it, I would speak on it now. But I don't know. What I do know is code of silence is killing our community. Code of silence is killing our kids. Code of silence is deadly, deadly, deadly. We have to start speaking up. We have to. It's not that you being a rat. You want your kids to grow up. We want. I don't have any kids, but we want the kids to grow up. And I'm speaking in the community now. I'm not speaking on all the other stuff that's going on in the country, but this video here is specifically speaking on the children, innocent little children being killed. I don't know what else I could say, but I just cannot sit back and not say nothing. And I'm hearing it every day, all throughout the day. I'm right here now talking with the TV on mute. And in Chicago, they're talking about this is what I don't like. Last year, it was more crime going on than this year. I don't go by the statistics. I go by what I see on TV, what I see and what I see in my community. Not always when they're usually talking about what's going on in the community, but I see it every day myself. When I'm out and about, I don't go out every day, but when I'm out, it's so much going on. But I don't have the answer to how crime these with these kids are being killed and all crime that's going on in the community. I don't have an answer for that. But what I can say, Cola Silent plays a very big part of it. The judicial system, you can't trust the police because when you report crime, if they show up, you may be the target to the police. I talked about that. When you call the police out, you may be the one they coming out, and it may not end up well for you, for me, for us. A lot of times we are afraid to report a crime because it seems as if the police turn on the one that reporting the crime. So it's a lot messed up. It's a lot of stuff going on that shouldn't be. There's a lot going on. This video may not. I only got 10 minutes into the video, and I'm too upset to continue talking about our children. I'm still going to focus on our children, our children, our children, our children. Let's do something. Let's do something. And let's band together to do something to keep our children safe. Let's do something, people. Let's do something. If nothing else come from my mouth, I'm thinking about the kids right now. Let's do something. Let's do something, please. Let's do something to protect our children. I'm sitting here almost in tears, but I want to get through this video before I don't want to. I don't want to tear down on the video and cry. I just wanted to come and talk to you all on this video. And you young men, I want to speak to young men out there that whatever you're going through, I don't know what you're going through, but it ain't the right way. The mess that you're doing right now, and I'm talking to you, what you're doing right now ain't right. And I'm sure you already know that. I'm sure you hear it all the time. This stuff that you out there doing what you're doing. I don't. Oh my goodness. I'm lost of words because I'm just so overwhelmed with every time I turn on the TV. The headlines is kids, innocent babies being in harm's way. Mothers, speak up, please. Mothers, please speak up. Whatever it takes to protect your child, do it. I hear it all the time. I will die for my child. I hear that all the time. I'm sorry to say. But if you mean what you say, if it takes for you to shield your child from harm's way, even if you have to stand in front of it, which I would not want that to happen, to protect your child, most parents would do that. I know I'm talking different things, but I'm hurt as to what I'm seeing on the TV. Whatever we need to do to protect our children, I'm talking babies, I'm talking 8 months old, 2 years old, 5 years old. I'm talking in that area. I hear it all the time on the news. In that age, kids cannot do nothing, practically too much for themselves at all at that age. Not an 8 month old. An 8 month don't know if they're here in the world. An 8 month old, me as in let me just oh my goodness. 2 year old don't know nothing. But we parents, when I say we parents, I'm speaking to you all because I don't have kids. Whatever it takes. If you got men around your children that you can't trust, keep your children away from your kids. I hear stories about that all the time. Women have these men around your children, and I'm not judging, and you don't know nothing. Some of you You can be with a person for a long period of time, but you don't know everything about that person. And when you see red flags, you need to listen to that. Listen to what you're picking up and depart yourself. I'm speaking to mothers and fathers sometimes. Parents, period. When you see something ain't right with someone around your children, in your company that you keep, you could be not involved, and you will have to pay for it. A lot of these shootings that's going on in cars, drive-bys. I don't know what was going on with these two young ladies that was sitting on the porch. The car drove past. I don't know what that was about. I just heard it. Allegedly, I just heard it through the news. They sitting on the porch. Someone drive by, shot up there, and one lady died, and a bullet went into the house and struck a little child. I don't remember the age, very young. It's a lot of that going on. Drive-bys. It's a lot of that going on. And again, like I said, the target that these people are targeting and trying to get, get trying to get to them is, most of the time it don't. It's always an innocent bystander. And when I say innocent, I'm talking kids. I'm still talking about kids. Kids. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about anything else right now but kids. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but that'll be in another video. Let's protect our kids. If I have to say that through this whole video, that's what I'm going to say. Please, let's protect our children. Let us protect our children. Please, whatever you have to do to protect our children, let's do it. And this is my way to speak to our people. Even those that are out there doing what you're doing, please stop. I hear it all the time. Put the guns down. Put it's right now. It seems like it's a norm. We got to. We're saying that a lot. Put the guns down. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. A lot of us, and I'm not passing judgment. We know a lot of stuff that's going on, but we don't want to step up because we in fear of retaliation. But for the kids' sakes, step up and do the right thing. Sometimes you have to step out and do the right thing. We got to step out and do the right thing. Retaliation or whatever. When it comes to children, our kids, we got to step out and fight this war. I see the marches going on all the time. I see a lot of different activities going on a lot of time. But in my own words, code of silence is why a lot of this going on. Code of silence has destroyed and still destroying a lot in the community. Code of silence is because we cannot trust the police. Code, that's the key word. Code of silence on both ends. And for my people, the reason why we don't want to speak up is because if we do call and report a crime, we may be in the next headline. But for the kids' sake, if it takes that, I'm sorry. For the kids' sake, we got to do that. We would have to stand out there and defend our kids if it takes if it costs our lives. I'm talking to the parents, I'm talking to the guardian, I'm talking to those of us that have kids. You say you would do anything for your child. Now is the time. Now is the time. We hear it all the time. I would do anything for my child, even if it means to lay down my life. And when I say that, I know it's scary, but when it comes to a child, that me myself right there. If I know harm's coming my way to my child, I'm going to do the best that I can to protect, even if it means stand in front of my child to catch a bullet, even if it means that if I know what's going on in the community, a crime or whatever, and it has something to do with a child or whatever crime it is, we got to get together with the judicial system, the police. All this shit is messed up. But this is about our children. This is not about you. This is not about me. This is about our children, saving our children, even if we have to lay down our lives. And the reason I say that is because I hear it all the time. I would die for my child. Okay, let's. Hopefully, it won't have to come to that. But if your child is in harm's way, you got to do what you got to do to protect your child. I had to come here and say something. I'm going to shut this video out by saying, let's save the children. We know what we need to do. Code of silence is deadly. But when it comes to our children, code of silence needs to be deleted. When it comes to our children, we need to speak up. When it comes to our children, we need to report those that some of us know that have went out there and did some crazy shit, and a child is now uh, severely the word ain't coming to me. Or even dead. My memory sometimes it just fade out. When I'm trying to say something, my memory go blank. Severely injured is what I was trying to say. See, but it took me a while to get that word out. When a child has been severely injured or worse, when it comes to our children, let's take care of our kids. I got to shut this video off. Thank you so much for coming through, those of you that will be viewing this video later. You all enjoy the rest of your day and have a safe weekend and safe holiday.